Well, hello, friends, and welcome to the $1 Million Message. This is National Sales Director Kristin Sharpe calling in with your Thursday Thankful Message. And today, we're going to talk about self-discipline. You see, you hear the word get motivated, I need to be motivated. You hear the word discipline a lot, but I truly believe that motivation gets you going, but self-discipline keeps you growing in your Mary Kay business. And I guess this quote has just always resonated with me because it was painted on the wall in the gym where I tried out for the 7th grade volleyball team. Motivation gets you going, self-discipline keeps you growing. And at the time in 7th grade, I was very little, very skinny, and had really never played volleyball besides on summer vacation. But my cousin Grace had a full-ride college volleyball scholarship at the time to the University of Hawaii. And she was someone I looked up to and wanted to be like. So I decided to try out for the volleyball team. Well, I quickly realized the first day at tryouts that I had a lot to learn about volleyball and sports, and that there were a lot of girls trying out that were way more talented and way more skilled players than me. And I remember during those tryouts reading the quote on the wall over and over again. Motivation gets you going. Self-discipline keeps you growing. So I decided right there in that gym that day that I was going to have the best attitude on the court, that I was going to practice harder than anyone else, and that I was going to show up early to tryouts, and I was going to stay late. And after a week of tryouts, they posted the A-team list. And there at the bottom of the list was my name. I remember girls on the team saying, Kristin, you made it. Like looking at me like, how in the heck did you make the team? Well, the coach came up to me and she said, Kristin, you know, you're not the most athletic or talented person on the team. In fact, I think you're like the least skilled, but I selected you because you were the most self-disciplined. Don't disappoint me. I'll never forget her saying that to me. Well, that night I called my cousin Grace in Hawaii and I asked her to send me drills that I could do at home before and after practice to improve my volleyball. I reached up. And I remember my mom saying to me, Kristin, when you're not practicing, someone else is. So I had my little brother help me set up a net in our backyard. I was raised by a single mom. I didn't have a dad. And so every day before and after school, I would practice drills in the backyard and practice serving to different locations on the court. Well, my grass, but I visualized the court. And I made myself do 100 perfect serves before going to school every morning and 100 after practice. Y'all, I knew I was the worst player that made the team. And I didn't want it to stay that way. My coach's words, I selected you because you are the most self-disciplined. I selected you, Kristin, because you are the most self-disciplined. It was on repeat in my head. And I'm so grateful for my coach because she saw something in me that helped me redefine and refine the skill of self-discipline. And I'll tell you that has served me my entire life. So self-discipline. You guys, it's the ability to make yourself do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. Now, how does this relate to our Mary Kay business? Well, I'm here to tell you I never felt like booking. I never felt like coaching a hostess. I never felt like holding a skincare party. But I did it anyway. You guys, I had to convince myself that I love doing skincare parties. And my first skincare party, it was an epic fail, okay? But practice creates a muscle. And in that muscle, skills are built. And so I would just tell myself that the field is fun. The field is fun. And I love doing skincare parties. You guys, I fell in love with the results of holding parties. I fell in love with the results of booking. I fell in love with the results of lead generating. And I fell in love with the results of having self-discipline. You see, you can develop self-discipline. Do what needs to be done, even when you don't want to do it. So, how does that relate to our Mary Kay business? Well, that's getting leads and lead generating so you can book, so you can sell, so you can coach, so you can rebook, so you can team build and you can repeat. You see, those are the skills of Mary Kay. It's book, sell, coach, book, recruit, repeat. All success begins with self-discipline, and it starts with you. So a couple of questions I would have to kind of just ask myself until they became a habit was, what is the best use of my time today? What is the best use of my time today? Or how can I maximize this moment? How can I maximize this moment? Or what can I do right now to get me closer to my goal? What can I do right now to get me closer to my goal? Or how can I be excellent today? How can I be excellent today? Y'all, I've never been the most skilled or talented person in Mary Kay. In fact, I've met many consultants and sales directors and nationals that were much more naturals at Mary Kay than me. But the difference of why I believe I became a national and was $1 million director was I never quit. And I became self-disciplined in my Mary Kay business. I booked every day. I held no less than 3 parties a week, no matter what. And most weeks, it was 5 skincare parties a week. And the month leading up to DIQ and through DIQ, I held 5 parties a week. And looking back, you guys, when I was earning my Cadillac, it was 5 parties a week. When I was earning my first top director trip, it was 5 parties a week. Our first million, 5 parties a week. And then the year I became an NSD, I held 235 personal parties, an average of 4 to 5 parties a week while building sales directors. Self-discipline is the mental state of commitment, which gets you performing an activity regardless of your feelings. Y'all, someone once told me that suffer the pain of discipline or suffer the pain of regret. Suffer the pain of discipline or suffer the pain of regret. Wow, I'm so grateful that I have no regrets in my Mary Kay business. So I want you to take a look today at your self-discipline in your Mary Kay business. Is this an area with the new seminar year that you know if you adjusted, it could make all the difference? Well, I believe it could, because motivation gets you going, and many people are motivated when it's a clean slate and it's a new seminar year. But self-discipline keeps you growing. And many of the races won in Mary Kay are right out of the starting gate. So I hope today that you will say, this is what I want to adjust to have self-discipline, and then commit to it. And I believe this will be your best seminar year yet. All right, this is National Sales Director Kristin Sharpe signing off. Make today a day that counts.